What is up? What is going on, everyone? David, SVA Card Collectors. Time for me to gloat. I got to gloat. I called it. I told you fools. I said 28 Kansas City, 20 San Francisco. It was 31-20. That's damn good. So, anyone who bet based off of my stuff, you owe me 20%. That's it. It was a decent game. I think it was pretty good. San Francisco dominated, and I think the coach, he outcoached Andy Reid up until the very end. And I don't know why, but this guy was saving timeouts like nobody's business. What are you doing at the end of the first half? You guys could have scored. Call a timeout. Don't let the Chiefs run it all out. A little conservative for me. You play to win the game, as Mr. Herm Edwards would say. But their defense is tough, man. And that front four with Bosa, they were after Mahomes. They were in his grill the whole time. And he's a slipper. He's like a little cockroach. He just slipped through and got out of there a lot of times. But they really caused havoc. They were giving him a lot of problems. And he wasn't having a very good game. But he came through the last two drives, sort of somewhat settled himself, was able to move around in the pocket, getting him more time. And that was it. He was throwing off his back foot a lot. So a lot of the times he wasn't, he was throwing short and he wasn't, leading guys because they were right there. Or he was like escaping and throwing off his back foot or throwing off his front foot because like he had to make these awkward throws in these weird angles, which he can do. And his arm strength is so strong that he's able to even get the ball there is crazy. But Mahomes cards, I think they will go up, but I don't think they're going to be as crazy as what I thought. And the reason being was he just wasn't the dominant guy. I don't even know who won the who was the Super Bowl MVP. He could have been the guy. I have no idea. I wasn't paying. I shut it off. I didn't even look again. No idea. Maybe I should have done that since this is a podcast about sports cards and sports, and you're coming here for news. And I shouldn't be going, well, I don't know, maybe you know. But, you know me, guys. I'm half, I won't do the cursing. But, oh, yeah, he won the MVP. So he won the MVP. Mahomes won the MVP. I don't think he should have. He did drive them the last two. I think they just give it to him because they have to give it to the winning team. I think the wide receivers did extremely well. They're just a fast team, and you saw in the last couple of drives, when Mahomes started getting space, was extending plays. These guys are way too fast for San Francisco. I know anyone, but these guys, especially these guys. Richard Sherman got burned a couple of times, but that's not his game. He's a safety. He's not a cornerback. I know he's been playing that, but I think he's more schemes and zone than a man-to-man. But besides the point, I really thought San Francisco was going to win that game. They were running the ball extremely well. Kansas City's defense looked like, that of the old. And so it was nice to see Andy Reid finally win, but I really think that Kyle Shanahan coached a great game. Outside of the timeouts, they didn't know what was going on. He was running all over them. They were running all over him. The defense was stuffing them. It's just I think Kansas City Chiefs was just the better team. Garoppolo managed the game pretty well. He had that one bad interception, but made a lot of good plays. Doesn't know how to lead anyone. Again, he was thrown behind everyone, so everyone had to make these catches from behind. But again, he looked damn good. The only thing is, you saw at the end, once they had to start throwing the ball, they were in a world of trouble. I don't know if it's because they don't have the receivers or they don't have, I thought Garoppolo was a much better thrower of the ball. I thought he was more, but I remember with the Patriots, he's throwing the ball all over the place. I don't remember them running, so much. But it worked well. I mean, they got him really pretty far. But that's that. So Mahomes' cards are now going to start shooting up a bit. But he didn't have that great game. I know he won the Super Bowl, but he didn't have that dominant game where he's like, wow, this guy's the man. So I don't think his cards are going to skyrocket like they did. Like I thought, like over 3,000. The second thing I'm going to pat myself on the back on, I was telling a lot of guys that I did a podcast on 2012 Panini Prizm basketball, and I was saying I don't know why guys aren't all over Damian Lillard. Excellent player, did amazing things in the playoffs last year, and his base card was from anywhere from 80 to 100 and 110. That's where the range it was going, and it just made no sense. Plus, there wasn't as many as there are now, and silvers, there's like hardly any. Even that I think is a pretty good deal. It's expensive, a couple thousand, but still, for how many that's available, guy keeps playing like this, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. I'm not saying he's there yet, but I'm just saying he's got that type of talent. And the only thing I see that's going to be the problem is his ceiling, because he's not going to win a championship. I don't think he has the team. They don't have the team for, to beat the Clippers. They don't have the team to beat the Lakers. And so if that, maybe even Jazz, but they could. I could see them beating them. But still. So he's not going to get that finals, bump and all that stuff. So I think that's his only problem. He's like Allen Iverson. He's like completely by himself. He's doing all these crazy things. Yes, I know they have other players on the team. I'm not saying that, but like, but Allen Iverson got to the championship. But still, I don't think he's. I just think that's his ceiling. He's only going to get so high. But even now, at $200 for a base card, I still think that's a good deal. That's how much it's jumped. It jumped from 70 to 80. And then when he had that big game against the Lakers, the Kobe Bryant tribute, and then he scored 51 points the next game, his card jumped 100. It was like 100, 125, 170. I think it was like 200, something like that. Real quick. And is he better than Anthony Davis? Played two different positions. I don't know. But Anthony Davis's card is like 400. I think. I don't even know what it is now. I know it's high. Do you think he's half as good as him? No, I don't think so. Right there. And he's by himself. So he's really doing so much more. And I just, like guys like that, I don't know why they're not worth more. But, so I called that. I said, you should be buying these up. I only bought one. Because I didn't have that much money at the time. Because I was buying stupid Mitchell Robinson, stupid Knicks. I'm so dumb. I don't know why I do it all the time. I got my Knicks goggles on and go, oh, they're going to be good this year. They could make the 8th. They're not making playoffs. Playoffs? They're not making nothing. They stink. And if you think R.J. Barrett is going to be anything good, you are mistaken. I'm telling you right now. He just doesn't have it. You can see Morant. You can see Zion. You see them. They play. You can see there's something to them. They got that whatever. They can take over a game. I haven't seen that from him yet. Now, he's hurt now. He's playing on a not that great of a team. But Morant ain't playing on a great team. And Zion isn't playing on a great team. And I don't think... And they've already had big, gigantic games. And so... Maybe I'm wrong, but, you could take a chance on R.J. Barrett because his cards are dropping in prices. But the keys to everything is, A, you have to have a decent team so you can win. If you win, the card prices start to go up. You can be amazing. We'll see it right now. You saw Anthony Davis. He was playing for the Pelicans. He was amazing. His card still stunk. They only jumped up when he's getting out of there. All of a sudden they started jumping up. Because news. Any news or media coverage will always bump up the price of a card. But secondly, he was going to play on a team that won. So if you notice that stuff, if you see that stuff, the card started to rise. It's that simple. So I would think that with this logic, RJ Barrett is not going to have a card that's worth anything for a long time. Maybe the card might go up from 30, 40 bucks to what it is now to 70. Okay, so it doubles in that low amount of price. But that's it. Maybe it goes a little bit higher, like because he's a little bit better than Mitchell Robinson. So maybe it gets to the $100 range. That's it. It ain't going up. It's not going up higher. And if it is, it's going to be years. Years. Just if you really truly believe, if you're as delusional as me as a Knicks fan, just buy them and then store them in your bank, because you're not going to need to touch them for at least 5 years, because they're not going to be good. There's my Knicks rant. Brought to you by Folgers. No. But Maxwell House. I don't know what I'm drinking. Chock full of nuts. So, there's that. There's my rant on the Knicks. But guys, really, you should be starting to look at players that are going to be heading to the playoffs and who you feel are going to be playing well. Those are the guys we need to start buying. Joel Embiid is starting to tank. He's playing really bad. I guarantee his cards are starting to go down. If you have faith in Joel Embiid, no matter what, buy him now. I know I don't, but I'm just saying you should buy him now. I don't believe in the Sixers. I believe in the Raptors. They have a tough team. Miami is a tough team. I don't think they're going to win it, but they're just a tough team. I'm blanking out. I don't know why I blank out on basketball so much. Like right now in my brain, even though I know this, I cannot think of who the top seed is right now for the NBA. And I know it. It's just, I'm freezing up. So my brain is just going, duh. Right now it's on duh. And so, not the Celtics. Sorry you had a phone call, so it stops, but I'm not going to re-record, heaven forbid. So, like I was saying, not that I looked it up, the Milwaukee Bucks. I don't know. Milwaukee Bucks, yeah, they got the best record, but until they do it in the playoffs, I don't know. I'm not convinced yet. They got to get to the finals. Get to the finals, then talk to me. But Raptors are tough. They're just a tough team. I mean, look how well they play. Half the guys were hurt. Kawhi leaves, and they're still right there. Good coaching, just good team. So, yeah, I think that's it. And it's crazy. On the West, you have Russell Westbrook and James Harden on one team, and they're not even talked about as winning a championship. And they have Clint Capella, who they're looking to trade. Just amazing. Just like two MVPs. And they're just like, no, they ain't gonna do it. Like, it's crazy. It is crazy, man. So, all right, I'm petering out now, guys. SVAcardcollectors.com. Also download the Flick Chat app. And you guys know what to do. Buy some cards and go broke. Later!